Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I'm looking at Ghostlore, an Eastpunk Action-RPG, which the developers themselves, thank you for a key by the way, have compared to Diablo 2 or Titan Quest. I am a huge fan of the genre, so I well and truly just could not say no. Really wanted to try this one out for myself. I'm gonna be the hamdinger. I don't know why, it was literally the first thing. Adept, mystic warriors who hone their mind as well as their body. Exorcist, able to sense the spirit world and cast out evil spirits. A geomancer, masters of the art of bending the natural forces to their will. A hashashin, shadow assassins. Oh, I wonder if that's the original word that assassin came from, was hashashin. Who rely on speed and stealth to take down their opponents. A feral, fearless fighters bestowed with the power of blood magic. And a sentinel, keepers of the forest with the ability to communicate with animals. Tons of cool, unique things, like rather than just a paladin, or barbarian, or a necromancer, or a sorcerer, or whatever. There's these interesting Eastern versions of a lot of those like tropes. Feral sounds somewhere between a barbarian and like a druid or something, and that sounds so cool. Oh, were-tiger. But you also have like the howling and things. Passives, adrenaline rush, berserker rage, blood vengeance, metabolism. I'm gonna go with Hamdinger the Feral, because I just think that sounds cool. For many years, the master ghost hunter has defended the island of Seaport from the Mogi, hostile creatures from the spirit world. However, a hunt has gone awry, and now the master finds himself captured by the very forces of evil he swore to destroy. His fate now rests upon you, his trustworthy apprentice. Go forth and rescue your master from the vile clutches of the Mogi. Rescue the master ghost hunter. It's a very simple starting point. Blast open some crates, get some like freebie gold, I'm assuming. Check on my powers. Do I immediately have some to assign? Battle Roar increases absorption and damage. Nearby enemies are stunned. Hurl shards of blood at enemies, which costs HP. Blood Reeve, deal damage to enemies in close range and steal their HP. And the Were-Tiger. I'll probably start with something passive instead. Adrenaline Rush, gain absorption and attack speed. So absorption, I'm guessing, is like absorbing blood. Berserker Rage, at low health, remove all inflictions and gain critical damage. A Blood Curse that turns the attacks of enemies against them. Damage is reflected. Oh my god, 40%? Metabolism, 50% of damage taken is instead taken as damage over time. So that way you can stretch it out while you focus on absorbing other things. Oh my god, you get to multi-class in this game? That's immediately very cool. Extra absorption and attack damage. Sure, I'll start with a howl. That's a nice, like, simple thing to start off with. You can overlay the map, as you would be able to in like, Diablo-like games. I'm digging the commitment to more of, like, a pixelated art style, which, again, is going to harken back to like Diablo 2. I'm not going to be able to help myself with continuous comparisons of this game to Diablo. My apologies if it becomes obnoxious, but it's just one of my favorite games and series of all time, so it's exciting to be able to compare so directly, you know, so I very much just want to be able to experience that fully. Alright, we got our first actual enemies. A Jingxi and a Gai Kai. My apologies, a skill point at a glyph slot, immediately picking up things, bashing through enemies. We got our first piece of gear, which I think you can see on the character, which I always think is quite important to games like this. It just adds a lot. So holding shift, or if I hold alt, go grab up some talismans. Did I just level up again? I'm just cruising through levels here. Basic attack. Holding shift just kind of roots me in place, which, you know, makes things easy. Jiangxi, I'll do my best with the names, you know. It's not going to be zombie or skeleton or things like that. I have 2 skill points already because it's hurling out so much of me at once. Fine, I'll upgrade that. Increase buff, reduce MP cost, and increase damage. Sure, let's raise the damage from that. Once we have 5 skill points, then we can add a passive slot thing. So I should probably be like howling that out and using it right away. I have a parang, a regular shield, and the scarf was the thing that I picked up. This shield, less absorb, better block chance, not that interesting. Vigilance, talismans of blood, weapon, equipment, plus 25 to 45 basic attack damage, attack speed, skill recharge, and max HP. So I should be able to slot that into my weapon. Oh, it is a weapon. That's not what I expected. Alright, I'm going to stick with my sword then. A durian. Thorny fruit with a love it or hate it fragrance. I've never had one myself, actually, so I can't quite comment. Don't know what the deal is with the glyphs. I'll just press on and assume that some of that will reveal itself to me the further in I get. Alright, let's use my first howl here. So it hurt things, and I gain, like, immediate benefits from it. I just rip through enemies. They kind of burst. It makes little, like, pop burst sound effects, like you're bursting a bubble when you attack things, which is a little strange. But there's some chunky feelings of attack, like you're really blasting your way through enemies, which feel good. A simple glyph, plus 1 to maximum MP. So if I check my inventory now, how do I place you? So I just have an extra 100 HP, yeah? I found an ingredient. I found a weapon that probably I have no reason to swap out to. 560. Can I remove that? It's still 560, so I couldn't tell you. But I got the slots for it, so let's put it in place there. Oh, MP, and then it's recharging, so I think it is actually, yeah. So it just immediately applies. You have that whole huge tree section to be able to invest in yourself. There's those little glowy bits to tell you where ingredients are to pick up. But I don't know what good they'll do. Might as well just get in there and collect whatever I can. Have ourselves a bunch of delicious bread later, maybe. Try to keep using these little power-ups for myself. Amulet of Devouring. I don't have an amulet yet, so that's basically just a freebie. I saw you run off this way, you little loser. Which this game's equivalent of like the Fallen, basically. What the hell? Why does it have so many, such a humongous list of things? There's some bikes. So I guess this isn't totally like ancient settings. I don't know exactly what like time or anything this is set in. Oh, we have like a specialty guy, like a champion difficulty there. He has lightning armor. Let's keep gobbling up all these glyphs. They're dropping so many of them. Oh my god, I have so many to place. That's embarrassing, man. It's a lot of missed hits in a row. You're kind of stuck. The auto collecting of gold is appreciated. That keeps things moving. I am interested to try out my blood magic. I should probably I wanted to make sure health wasn't a continuous pressing concern first. Okay, that's pretty satisfying. And now that I'm fighting things out properly, it's pretty obvious I'm not going to have to worry about health, not at this stage in the game, so I might as well be busting out skills a lot more frequently. MP doesn't even seem that limiting either, so I can just really go for it. You slash your way through like all the enemies at once, so that again, that's not like limiting what I'm able to do either. I summoned a few things by opening that chest. Ooh. A Mogi summoner. Try to really like go to town on this guy here. I like having little event type things kind of going on here to follow up on. Speak to the master ghost hunter. Ooh, maybe after I grab up all that stuff. There's lots of things to be grabbed. Like, kind of an excess, really. The amount of things that this game is dropping is, like, a little hard to keep up with, honestly. And I'm still just constantly at every step finding more. Ooh, coconut. Great for me. Alright, I need, like, 10 minutes here to assign skill points and mess around with other things. Deal damage to enemies in close range and steal their health. So if I was ever using too much blood magic, I can pull it back in. I should probably get the Were Tiger skill too, because awesome, yeah, I want to know. Hey, enough of that, guys. I'm busy here. Powers is what I want. I will do the reflected damage. At low health, when you're surrounded, gain absorption and attack speed. You know what? That's a good starting one. Just to plow through enemies to start things off. We can inspect the inventory a little more closely. Apparently, I still haven't found a hat. Plus 5 HP per kill. Let's see, what's this? 35 to 46. So I'm looking for better than that. I wish I could kind of sort these a little bit. Because right now it's a little overwhelming seeing everything. Extra skill speed, ice damage, MP per kill, extra experience. Extra experience actually might almost make it worth it. Frost, haste, parang of reaping. And I don't know which things can be slotted. Probably this. The reagent, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm not allowed to. Okay, so probably not. Allows the smith to upgrade a rare item into legendary. So that's what that's all about. The scarfs. Ooh, this scarf is slightly better, so I guess I'm swapping. Plus 5 and 19 block. Plus 3 and 19. So none of that's really going to benefit me. The spears are not going to be my thing. Shield of immunity. Gives you some poison resistance, sure. So, extra MP again, that's a simple one. Extra skill damage, that's quite nice. Extra accuracy sounds good. Max HP, great. So those are all straightforward. Here's where it gets complex. A compound glyph. Cooldown reduction per hit, lightning resistance, reduce monster detection. They grant additional bonuses for every different simple glyph type in the area of effect. Oh my gosh. Okay, the list of there is stupid. You can't actually like read it properly. So like that's a major error in UI. Like I just can't. But you can see that it creates like an area that would be affected by it. I will only be able to fit the one for now. It's one or the other. So I should either do one of these to compare them. Regenerate 1 HP per second and fire resistance. And this one is just about upgrading other glyph types. So I will specifically put this one, slot them all in. So for a Tello, it's... Oh my gosh. Why is it not? Where does it explain it? Plus 5 increased projectile radius. A Pakala is projectile speed. And a Selly is plus 5% increased projectiles. So where does it show those things? They're in the blue writing. So those are the things that are currently being like activated by it for each unique. So this would be another like unique one. So skill damage, slot that guy in there. And then I can just slap the rest of them around wherever. So huge amounts of upgrades that can be applied in that way. Like quite deep customization in this game in that regard. And the rest of this I really am not going to be able to do anything with. So let's go have a hangout. Thank you. I am fortunate to have you as an apprentice, for it seems like age has finally caught up with me. Here, take my homing compass. I have exhausted myself in battle and no longer have the energy to use the compass's magic. Use the homing compass to bring us back home. So it's like a teleporter. You can use this to teleport to town, of seaport from anywhere and at any time. Well, there was clearly a little bit more to be seen up here, but it must not be anything of any immediate significance. Oh, maybe I'm not fully meant to be able to prowl around. It seems like there's more. No, okay. There's just the limits of where you can go in the map is not immediately apparent by the map. Like, things are blocked off. The map expands further than where you can actually go, apparently. I guess is the takeaway there. Classic looking town portal, very obvious inspirations. Despite being an isolated island small enough to fit entirely within the lakes of some larger countries, Seaport is one of the world's busiest ports. It has a population of 4 million with an estimated 1 million in transit, as people from all over come to Seaport in search of opportunity. Its streets boast a dazzling mix of different cultures from all walks of life. Speak to the Master Ghost Hunter. I could also talk to people about Food Street. The Mogi attacks have disrupted trade, and the hawkers of Food Street are having a hard time procuring the ingredients to cook their signature dishes. Gather ingredients and they might treat you to a meal. This is kind of funny to take actual pictures of food and then like pixelate it. So like I could make the durian puff. Savory cream puffs with a filling made from none other than the king of fruits. So if I were to produce that, extra absorb, extra max HP. Oh, food bonuses. So it's not like you specifically eat the meal and then instantly I just get to like fill this out. It's not like a temporary bonus. That's now something that I have applied to me. I think so. Additional HP from that? Alright, yet another way in which you can upgrade your character further, customize. Once again, thank you for saving me. Although I've held this off for as long as I could, I think it's time I retire. The homing compass is yours now. From now on, my duty will be mentoring the next generation of ghost hunters. I believe your fellow apprentice Nadir has something urgent to tell you. She does not fight on the front lines, but her keen mind has served us well. Talk to Nadir, the inventor. And hey friend, you know the machine I've been working on, the separator? It's almost done. There, see? As you might know, the Mogi attacks have gotten more frequent lately. My theory is that for some reason the dimensional wall that separates the physical world from the spiritual world has been weakening. So, when fully functional, the separator would restore the dimensional wall and keep the Mogi from breaking through. But in order to get it to that state, we need funding. So I've managed to get a couple of odd jobs I need your help to complete. Here's the first job. The plantation workers on Pulau Haijuan have been complaining about a horrible smell that's been killing their crops. They suspect it's due to a plant-like Mogi, the Rafflesae, being nearby. Take a trip to Pulau Haijuan, kill the Rafflesae, and we'll meet again here. But make sure you take a bath before you come back. Thanks. Board the boat. I want to know more about the separator. What's the deal with the separator? We have the calligrapher. Place a compound glyph. Randomize the glyph but keep the shape. Randomize the shape but keep the glyph. So you can manipulate those. We have the item shop, which really I do kind of want to just sell like all of this stuff. I don't know if there's a specific merchant I should be selling gear to, but I think I can just sell it to all of them. So, or to this one's whatever, just dumping it all in place here. It's expensive and it's meant for resetting skill points. Nothing I'll be doing right away. Storage, yeah, no reason to worry about that just yet. I don't think. Place equipment to add a socket. increase the item level if you have the right kinds of things. Like, it's not going to tell me the name of what it is. What if I just place this on here? Okay, it changes based on what you're trying to upgrade. So you could upgrade a plain thing to a magic item. That, I'm guessing, is magic. You could upgrade it to rare, and yellow is rare to be upgraded to legendary. Totally on board with that. Makes sense. Place gems or socketed item. Is that a gem? It doesn't count. No, but like a socketed item, you could combine gems, destroy them. All that stuff's quite familiar from the Diablo world. We will take the boat, head to Pulau. It is the largest satellite islet in the greater archipelago of Seaport, one of the last major holdouts of rural Kampong village. Life amidst rapid urbanization, residents rely on farming and hunting for their livelihood. As mainland Seaport begins to get more of its produce from overseas instead of its own satellite islets, life on Pulau is said to be on the decline. Plans are already underway to find an alternative use for the islet, such as military training. I'm curious how much of this is being pulled from real life lore. I think a decent amount. Item shop if I want to buy a bunch of ingredients. Not worried about that now. I thought I was immediately going to run in and start wrecking things. I didn't realize I was going to like talk to people. I'm trying to... Is it like a weird little dog creature with like a top hat? Is that what I'm looking at there? I think so. I assumed everyone was people, and that was a poor assumption apparently. The collecting of the ingredients seemed kind of obnoxious, but now seeing how it's applied to the cooking and then like how much of an impact that has on your character customization and like affecting your different stats and everything, it seems totally worth it to go hunting for these ingredients, especially once you level up enough to have additional food slots. The dumbest thing right now is that it's storing everything. Items, food, glyphs, everything in the same part of the inventory. I think that should be separated out. Still can be limited in like specific ways. So that's obviously like warding off intruding monsters and things. So I won't leave the town area just yet. But yeah, if you're going to make ingredients take up as much space, a lime take up as much space as a sword, that's a little bit annoying, and it just clutters up the inventory when it comes time to decide what I want to keep and what I want to sell and equip and throw away. It just adds some irritation. A babby, a Neopet, which reminds me ever so slightly of like a Neopet. Ooh, that chicken just crapped out an egg that I was able to steal. That's handy for me. The Pokongs are these little things that are seemingly like swarming around with poison. They look like little mummies. I think is kind of what's going on there, actually. Obviously, I'm going to bust out the were-tiger. Let me just kind of get lined up for it. Were-tiger, oh my god. He's so unstoppable. Holy crap, how long does this last for? Not crazy long. But that was awesome. I really like being the were-tiger. Who wouldn't? How could you not enjoy that? Yum yum wheat. It takes a while to restore. You're the guy for 6 seconds. The cooldown honestly doesn't seem that crazy. Am I pumping these eggs out of the same chicken every time? Holy cow, he's regenerating so quickly. See, there I just reaped a bunch of like life out of these things. That's like quite satisfying to do, especially comboing your skills together. The cooldown and everything and the way the skills are handled feels very much like Diablo 3 instead. So it's designed for you to really chain these together, and the way they stack their cooldowns is really smart. I think that is quite effective because that gives you even more freedom to just really start ripping things together, chain them together. Ooh, I finally got a hat. Oh, the hat looks cool. I dig my new hat. Maybe it's a good opportunity to take a peek. Those first few levels were fast. Now things are spacing out a little bit more. Sure, let's just slap these things down. Accuracy, avoidance, skill damage, and attack damage. Throw all that down. Ice gem, +4 ice damage. I'm going to wait and see. No, that's my only rare thing. I'm probably not replacing it right away. So I will stick it in there for some ice damage. That like is slightly stronger. Whatever. It's not not what my focus is for now, I guess. See, this is all cluttered. This is mostly ingredients and stuff that I'm not going to care about. My hat just simply adds some absorb. It's a very, very incredibly basic hat. About as standard as they come, seemingly. Blasting through with all that is awesome. I kind of wish it just gave me the gold. That I didn't... The way it flings it around on the screen and you gotta go, like, walk over and pick it up. If you're gonna make it an auto pickup thing anyways, you might as well just make me pick it up as I'm killing the enemies. Maybe that's not as juicy, though. You want the crunchy impacts of killing enemies, and you want the juicy feeling of, like, all those coins flying towards your character, so you kind of get that, like, of picking them all up. I think that's kind of the trade-off there and why they would do it that way. A lot of garbage. The way items are dropping and being presented, it's difficult to kind of, like, filter. Specifically, like, oh, I only pick up things that are magic or more rare than that. But it's all just kind of dumping so all over the place that it's like, whatever. I guess I'll just grab what I can when I can. So yeah, I think that could maybe be handled a little better, because it's just everything hits the ground with the same impact. It's like they dropped a briefcase full of papers that scattered around. The glyphs, the ingredients, and the swords all just kind of dump, and then you just get them. And so I'm picking everything up so indiscriminately that I have so little concept of what I'm currently, like, hanging on to at any given time. Increased duration, extra lifesteal, reduce cooldown, and increase damage. Reduce cooldown is the main thing I'm going to want, but it also adds lifesteal. I think is like a separate thing that's going on there. I guess I have a few spare glyphs, avoidance, skill damage, and attack damage. So we'll throw down more. Nice variety of things. I've maxed that out at some point. I guess now I've crossed the threshold where I'll have to, like, worry about that a little bit. You guys can't get me. I'm just gonna enjoy my nice little garden visit, chill out, poke around, look out for some goodies. That Howl's battle roar is, like, shockingly strong. It seems like maybe more strong than it ought to be. Who am I to complain? Satisfying watching that shit blow to bits. Where's my gold being tracked? Okay, the skill reset still costs like 4 times more than that. Not that I want to reset my skill, it just seemed like a way of having a reference point of what things in this game are valued at. So yeah, it's like pretty damn costly. Seemingly. The chests don't stand out a ton. I'm curious. I'm suspicious that I've missed multiple of them because they kind of just blend in a little bit. But in general, I guess I do quite like the colorful presentation of this game, considering Diablo is so dour and dark and the whole gothic thing that it's going for. And so there is something satisfying about this game distinctly having its own presentation like that. Oh yeah, this is time for the tiger. Unleash the beast. I guess I shouldn't have ran straight into everything the way that I did. I died, but it's not your time to... I guess I should be using potions. Hadn't really come up, hadn't mattered. Had no regard for that. I think I dropped gold. I must have dropped some gold. Maybe I would lose, like, experience as well. I should see if I can, like, fetch my body or anything. I'm curious if that's gonna be how things are set up. Oh, please don't tell me I think I have to go the long way. Oh, I also just wanted a better look at the tiger. Oh, he's so cool. Oh, see, this guy had thorns. Maybe that was the main thing that was, like, messing me up. I really should have been using my blood reeve to heal myself thoroughly through that. That was it, I think. I think that's where I got my ass kicked. Oh, maybe not quite. Ooh, a rare level scarf. That's what I'm saying, is it's, like, hard to see things dropping on the ground because it's none of it's really made a point of focus. Over here, I think is where things went terribly. I see a chicken. Could drop me an egg. What? Okay, I don't know. I don't think there's any, like, reclaiming your body or anything. This is just a merchant. Yeah, it's not like me. I thought it was gonna make me buy the things I lost when I died. No, doesn't seem to be. My scarf is like nothing, so skill recharge, +3 absorb, but also +5. Accuracy, movement speed, yeah, obviously, that's like way better. +7, eh? So I got nothing better than that. I don't have additional glyph slots opened. I don't really want to waste a bunch of time managing that currently. I think I'm finding weapons that are technically higher damage. But I kind of like that I have, like, my cool, unique items. I'm largely sticking with that. Mostly, at this point, I kind of want to just push through and do, like, the little quest. That was a cue for opening up the quest. That was just me forgetting that it's mapped to a skill. Yeah, I'm mostly just doing kind of like a first look at this game so people can get a nice idea of what it has to offer. And I feel like pushing through to that first little fetch questy sort of thing. Not a fetch quest, but just simple. It's as simple as. Would be like a nice way to see what all is going on in this game. The multi-classing, I'm thinking, would be so damn fun. That's a part of this that I'm actually, like, really excited for, but I'm obviously, like, a long ways away from actually introducing. Let me just, like, hammer out skills here to really... If things are going to cluster together like that, the best way I could make it take advantage of what my character's capable of is to really just hammer out skills like crazy. Glyphs don't stack, so those are instantly eating up a lot of inventory space. Block chance, poison resist, MP regen, basic attack damage. Sure, let's swap those out. And maybe I should head back to town so I can sell some of my garbage. I probably should have sold some stuff when I found that random dude chilling next to his van. That probably would have been a good way to go about it. Whoops, I'll know for next time. So you can stop and, like, really look through things, but it's not done in the most simple, effective way that doesn't kind of derail what you're doing. Breaks weapons down into spectral shards, breaks glyphs down into demon's blood. So I'm going to use that on a weapon, I guess, just like a rando weapon. And that became a spectral shard. And that was something I could use to upgrade other items to, like, higher potential. So that's kind of interesting. I like the new shield I got better. Dang, nothing else I have is socketed. Let me just see what else there is to fight around the corner here before I bomb back to town. This guy's, I don't know, just taking a leak behind that rock or something, doing his own thing. on some level, there's already a little bit of like over-itness going on with going around and collecting all of the ingredients, because they're often slightly annoying to reach. Things are just frequently in the way. It's annoying that this takes up space, you know? That's already bothersome, if you ask me. Is there anything else I can like spend? This is my garbage scarf. How about I just drop that? Don't want it, don't need it. Amulets, boring. So this one, cooldown reduction, attack speed, item find chance, and accuracy. It's just kind of all around better. Let's pop ourselves back to town here. Sold all my gear. I'm going to stash like all my ingredients and glyphs and things. Like, I don't need any of this right now. I'm busy with other stuff. 5,000 coins to add a socket. Oh, I always like when you can access things from your storage. Like, I don't have to have it on me. What do you mean it costs 1 to upgrade equipment that doesn't exist? I go to add it. Oh, just kidding. It costs 3. Maybe it's 1 per item level because it's a level 3 item, something like that. Well, nerds. Oh, that would be item level. It costs something totally different to upgrade it to a magic item. So item level is just like it would have slightly better stats. The plantation workers on Pulau have been complaining about a horrible thing killing their crops. Get over there and help them out. I'm working on it. It's just taking a minute. There we go. Something's up ahead waiting for me. This is where I think I'll be able to do the proper quest. You better believe I'm going to turn into a tiger. Unexpected tiger attack. The only way to do it. Oh, watching him dash around and do his business is good fun. Oh, it's annoying to backtrack to collect all the gold and everything that scatters across the land. Doing the best I can here. It's weird. At no point has battle seemed difficult, and then just all of a sudden that one time I just died. I don't know if it was thorns, me being a little brazen, running into the middle of things the way I did. It was a little bit surprising how hard and quickly I died. The Raflesa. Oh god, okay. Well, tiger time. The battle roar didn't really seem to help or do a whole lot of anything. I guess I could try and kill. Seems like I'm better off just really focus firing on this thing. Come on, tiger. There we go. I was like timed out of that, I guess. Wow, this little showdown here is a heck of a lot less interesting than I suspected it might be. I should really just be like hammering skills. There we go. Got a couple glyphs, nothing that different from what I've already been receiving. Still a ways away from multi-classing. Increased buff. What else can I do here? Increased projectile radius. Oh, I see. Increase projectiles. Reduce HP cost. Increase damage. More projectiles does seem quite fun. That's where I'll put that investment. I think I can just use that infinite number of times. Again, that's part of what makes it kind of stupid that it takes up inventory space. You Boda! What did I tell you about taking a bath? But good job so far. I was kind of curious if a bathhouse would be an actual thing I could go and do, and that would have its own benefits. 1,000 coins. I could have a Chris, a compound glyph, or a quiver of striking, which I am not using a bow or anything, so it's not going to matter. I'll take the Chris, I guess. Sure. Elder Zenith. Look at this monstrosity sitting right in the middle of our fine city. Eh? What is that foul stench? Is it coming from you? You riffraff, do you know who I am? I'm Elder Zenith, senior member of the ruling council of elites. You dare smell bad in front of an elite? Get out of my sight. Young people these days have no respect for their elders. And talk again to Nadir. Ayo! That man over there is Elder Zenith. Yeah, he let me know. From the ruling council of elites. Back when I was with the Institute of Paranormal Studies, I proposed the Separator Project. Not only did he get it shut down, I heard he also pulled some strings and got me fired from the Institute. To this day, I don't know what his bloody problem is. I bet you're glad you only have to fight monsters and not have to deal with office politics, huh? Anyway, he can stare all he wants. We already got ourselves a permit to set it up there, so there's nothing he can do about it. Let's focus on our next job. We've received word that a group of cultists are performing a Mogai summoning ritual at Pulau Kubor. Go there and stop them. There's a story playing out. This setting and everything is really neat. I appreciate a lot of the character customization. The way you can rapidly fire off skills for your attacks is satisfying. The inventory management and the loot system is a little annoying to deal with. This is cool. I think the glyph system is really interesting, and you really just have to be willing to pay it a lot of mind to really like revisit it, reorganize it, restructure it. There's things that are stopping me from being like really sucked into and engaged with this game, and it's mostly the item and inventory management. It's just a little bit of a pain in the butt. The ingredient stuff and collecting coins and things like slow down the game for me in ways that kind of like aren't quite what I'm looking for. Keep in mind, what I'm looking for is Diablo. Just pretty well, literally. And so you hopefully can judge your interest in a game like this relative to that. In the end cards, I'm going to include a playlist to my Diablo 1 playthrough because I just think that's a fun playthrough. I'm quite proud of it, and if you're into this at all, then that'll be something you'll enjoy, and it's a complete series. So there you go. I'll have links down below. Ghostlore is out now. You can go check it out for yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.